it's a beautiful rainy day in Ohio. It's November 18th or something like that, and it's like 46 degrees out, so I'll take that over snow any day. So I am headed up to pick up this trailer I bought. Now, a lot of guys have seen on Instagram, I went to go look at a trailer to buy, and it ended up being a real piece of crap, so I didn't buy that one. And I just happened to see this other trailer for sale, which I really bought it for the axles. I'll have to show you what the axles are. It's really kind of a odd duck. You don't see too many trailers like what we're gonna go do. I mean, I think a trailer's like 18 or 20 foot. It's not very long, but we'll bring you along. It's interesting. It's just a cheap piece of crap. It's nothing nice, so don't get your hopes up. Well, it was pouring down rain when I got there to look at the trailer, and I didn't get a chance to do any videoing because, like I said, it was pouring. But I needed to make some time because there's a bunch of construction and wrecks on the way. But then I had to change the light plug. It was a 6-pin. I needed a 7-pin, so I had to change that out, which I took that with me, so we were good to go. I don't know what's going on with this truck over here. It's going to come past me, but it's a 3/4 ton Dodge pulling a gooseneck. But pay attention to the corner, the right rear corner of the truck and the right front corner of the trailer. They're both twisted. See, as he passes me, that the front corner of that trailer is dipped down really hard, like it's been in a wreck or something. Something's weird. I don't know what's going on with that. Alright, so we made it back. Now, before I show you the trailer too much, I mean, you're going to see how rusty and crusty this thing really is. You know, it's in pretty rough shape on the appearance. The thing about it is, what is bad on it is the add-on stuff. Like, they added this bump stop on here, and that's what's crusty. And this bulkhead, right, which we don't want. The frame itself has got scale too, but it's not horrible. You know, the I-beam's still okay. What was attractive to me about this was, you see the size of the I-beam. She's a 12-inch I-beam, and you notice this, it's air brakes. Well, if you look at the trailer, it's just a single-wheeled axle. It is 101.5 wide, excuse me, and 20 feet long. All right, so that's really attractive to me, because I've been looking for just a cheap trailer, just something cheap that we can run the mowers up on and move some small stuff and not be, 50 feet long. It's got this real heavy box tube bumper on the back, and that I-beam runs straight all the way to the back. So what's really attractive to me about this trailer was the fact that these are load range G tires. They're still 16-inch, but they're load range G. So the tires are heavy. They're oil bath axles, and if you notice, you see how far that sticks out of there? That means something. That's important. Okay, so they're oil bath axles, load range G tires, and they're air brake. Now, in order to get it home, of course, I had to chamber the brakes. What you find here is this is a 12,000 pound axle with air brakes that has just had the spring perches moved when it was built. Instead of being in this area so that you can put 2 dualies on it, it was set here underneath the frame rail so it could be used on, just a single wheel application. To me, what was attractive was the axles. All right, the rest of the trailer, not so much. These axles, I thought would be good for one of the other trailers I have that's longer and heavier. And I have a couple 7,000 pound electric brake axles we could put on this trailer. So I figured for what it costs, I can't buy these axles used for what I paid for the whole trailer. So if you try and buy these axles new right now, they're running without the leaf springs and hangers, just the axle with the brakes and the brake chambers. They're right around $2,000 right now per axle, new. And used, you're lucky to find them. And if you do, they're usually right around $1,000 a piece used around here, at least in my area. So anyways, that's what I thought was I would pick it up for this. Look, it's got air tank up here. It's in good shape. Like I said, I caged all the brakes to get it home. I stopped a long way and checked the brakes, checked the hubs, make sure they were, you know, caged and not dragging or anything. But so if we use this in another trailer with duals, we'll just have to take those perches, the spring perches, and we'll just move them in, weld new ones on, something like that. It'll be just fine. But yeah, that's what was attractive about the trailer. And underneath has surface rust, but it's not bad. It's got 4-inch cross members, 4-inch channel for cross members, so that's nice and heavy. And the I-beam is in pretty good shape front to back. You know, it needs sandblasted and painted. It is Ohio, we're in the Rust Belt, but whatever. The brake shoes themselves on the wheels are good. The drums are good, so not too bad. So this is like 2x6 box tube here. It's extremely thick. And this is a piece of angle iron back here. Looks to be about 1/4 thick. And it's probably 5 or 6 by 1.5 or 2, something like that. But yeah, definitely substantial. Would be interesting to turn it into a tilt trailer, in which case I would put the 17.5 tires on it and leave the air brakes. But anyways, just an interesting trailer. And of course, whenever you buy something and you open up the toolbox and you find this, that's kind of a little bonus. All right, so we end up with 6 ratchet binders, 3 chains, 6 straps, and 7 ratchets. And I forgot to mention, we end up with a spare tire up here, which has a little bit of dry rot on the edge here. So only good for a spare, but still worth it and some extra. Change tire. This goes in the end down there to change the tire with. Extra airline and old registration and some bolts. But yeah, so you don't always, I don't discount or dismiss this stuff, because this in just looking at the outside, this looks awful. But realize this is 1/4-inch angle right here, and this is just this little plate. So plasma cutter, cut that off, get this old rusty crap off, get this bulkhead off, and she'll be a usable trailer. So we'll have to make some room, get her in the shop so we can get going on it. But anyways, that's the new junk trailer. Who would have thought?
So today we're heading out to go check out a trailer for our son. He's been looking for a trailer to haul his side-by-side on, and we found what we think is a pretty decent one. And we were actually just out this way, about an hour from home. Came home, we were home for about a half hour, found it on the marketplace, and we're heading back out to probably get it.
Yeah, the guy, he will not budge on his price, and I understand why. In today's market, everything is so much higher. He's probably selling it for what he paid for it when he bought it, but he does have the original certificate of origin. It's a 7x16 landscaper with a fold-down ramp and electric brakes, at least on one axle. And it'll suit my son's needs if it's in good shape. You know, the things we'll be concerned with will be, you know, wheel bearing issues or a bent axle, broken leaf springs, anything like that. So we'll check it out when we get there. We have to take the 4500 because I haven't got a chance to fix my Dodge yet. And everything else is bigger than this. But we'll get up here, let's get a look at this trailer and see what it is. Seems like we were buying a lot of trailers lately.
Well, we ended up getting it. It's in pretty good shape. Needs a little paint touch-up maybe here or there, but not bad. Got a little green moss growing on it.
That'll do for him, huh?
Yeah, he'll be happy with that.
All the latches are still here for the rear gate. That's nice. It's reinforced here, so his side-by-side will go right up where those runners are. It's longer than what he needed. It's 2 feet longer. All the tires are good. It's got brakes on both axles, and they work. All the lights work. It's got easy loop hubs. I don't have my knife because I left it over at their house. Easy loop hubs on the axles.
Can 2 side-by-sides fit on there?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I doubt it.
Yeah, it looks kind
This
of.
is 16 foot.
Yeah.
We'll take these off because you don't need those. They're just gonna crack the steel if they're left on there. The guy bought this for landscaping. He used it one season, so. And the tires are all matching, and they all have about the same tread. And these cheapo tires don't come with a lot of tread, so you know they are what they are. Not too bad. I think it'll work for them.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's got the C-channel tongue that comes all the way back here. It's not anymore. It's actually 4-inch channel, and it's got the electric breakaway for charging the breakaway battery. The breakaway switch is here. The jack's still there and working. The VIN number's there. You got the original certificate of origin to it. So yeah, that'll work out nice for him. I'm here to pick up that truck that I bought. I just can't get the right angle. So I think I'm gonna pull it up a little bit. I'm really close to their house right here. They've got all the brakes released on this. So should be pretty easy to get on here. Looks like I'm off a little bit, but the back tires should come up just right with the way I got the wheels turned. At least I hope. Pulling nice and easy. Alright. I'm going to turn that wheel just a little more. Got a little coolant pouring out of the front timing cover now. I gotta turn the wheels that way a little bit more. My back wheels are close where I'm trying to get here. I'm gonna leave it just where it is. I'm just about where I want to be on the back. Need to straighten these front 2 tires now. Looking pretty good. Now I don't have a way to set the parking brake on this, because the back brakes are backed off. So probably gonna throw a double chain on the front while it's still like this, so it doesn't roll back. And almost close enough up there. I like to get as much weight forward as I can. Right there. Okay. Get some chains on her just to hold it. I won't ratchet it down until the bed is back where it belongs, because the bed will flex and it won't be tight, or sometimes it's not tight. Alright, we're all chained down. I got that bumper strapped down. 4 points, 4 chains, 4 binders. Ready to go. Alright, we made it. Man, the antifreeze is leaking out of the front of that engine, going through the deck and hitting my exhaust. I was going down the road thinking, what in the world is smoking? I had to stop twice just to make sure that's what it was. I was worried. It's loud. I bought this truck like I'd buy a lot of trucks today. Plan A, Plan B, Plan C. Plan A is it's a parts truck. Plan B is it's a parts truck, and Plan C is yeah, it's a parts truck. So it's a 92 L9000 with an L10 Cummins, a 9-speed, and I don't remember the ratio of rear end right now, but The dump bed is older, but if you look underneath it, the bottom side of it is in really nice shape. Okay, the hoist is here, the PTO's on the transmission. It was a running, driving truck. We'll talk more about the issues with it, but the reason I wanted it was originally a road tractor. See this tank here? L9000 did this with the road tractor. You step on here, then you can step up on the catwalk, hook up the hoses to the semi. Used to have a fifth wheel on it. You can kind of see the remnants of where the frame mount was above the axle. So it has an engine problem. I bought it for parts. So now we need to get it unloaded and parked off to the side so that we can start doing what we're going to do. I know some guys are going to see this as just an old scrap truck, isn't worth anything, all that kind of stuff. But to us, we see something different. I see parts that I look for on occasion. And when I can buy a truck like this, and it has a lot of the parts that I'm always looking for example, hub pilot front axle, hub pilot wheels, got 6 of them. Yeah, the tires aren't any good, and I'll have to pay to get rid of the tires. But I get rid of these tires at a recycle place by the ton, so it's not horribly expensive, and it's cheaper than going out and buying them wheels. Get a rear axle. This was a road tractor, so I can't remember the ratio of that rear end. Was it 390 or 3 something? Regardless, these are things I'm looking for on occasion for trucks that have Dayton wheels or stud pilot wheels, where I want it to be a hub pilot, meaning the wheel is centered on that center hub to keep it perfectly centered, not the studs themselves with a tapered seat of a lug nut. So that's attractive. We got a 9-speed transmission. I don't know if the 9-speed transmission is overly attractive. If it could be converted to a 13, probably. I don't know. I'll have to look underneath it and get the model again, because I looked at it just to make sure it was a 9-speed. The PTO, the bed itself, a little bit of work on that bed, and that would be a great bed for a small truck. You know, it'd sell real quick and make a few bucks. Since I bought the truck, a friend of mine told me he's looking for parts. He's looking for a hood and a couple doors and some other stuff. So we'll sell off the stuff we don't want. We'll keep what we do. The L10, I have another truck with an L10, and it could use some parts off of that for the one I have. And you know, in this world that we live in, the more I have self-sufficient that I don't have to outsource, the better off I am. Anyhow, I thought I'd bring you guys along as we went and bought some crap and picked up some junk and brought it home and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you enjoyed.